where's the pen? There. Alright, so in Idaho. So in Idaho, I started to remark on something. So a lot of the girls, especially the guild girls, and the 11 gals, I'd be like, you haven't actually read all of The Return of the King? And it's like, no. I started it many times, but it wasn't on, like, I borrowed all my books from my uncle, because a lot of times the library never had the stuff I wanted to read, or it'd have something out of order that, like, yeah, and I never really bought it. I did get, like, a nice omnibus of them after the movies, but I never finished reading them, because the omnibuses are actually pretty annoying to hold. Hardcover's okay, but then you it's poor people mentality. An omnibus Lord of the Rings in hardcover is a nice people thing. We're not nice people. We're kind of ghetto. Yeah, but somehow one of the pets could ruin it. I guarantee it. And the desire to own nice stuff when you have like miscreant little monsters that your parents just won't like get rid of. Pepsi. It's not his fault. He got bit in the head and then he had brain damage. And so now he's a different dog completely. He's still a joy to have around the house at the time, but he would find a way to destroy something nice. So you just don't, you stop acquiring things that you think would be nice. So this, it'd be nice if I got through this one day, yeah? Oh yeah. So if you don't have a thought, go get a thought. We're going to turn to page 90. It's a random thought. However, this specific random thought fits in the writing matrix of the lens of I haven't shared anything, I haven't created a complete idea that expresses how much my mom meant to me on a scale of like whatever the hell I went through was way worse than just the grief of my mom, but I'll get to it. But the matrix, the writing matrix is still me compartmentalizing the thoughts and always like when I do consume content or literature or media, TV and whatever, I'm still looking at it through the lens of like, there's a relationship I don't get to have anymore, and it has shaped me differently. But I'm still very much writing a space opera musical in my head, and now I've been forced to share parts of it that I didn't want to have to share. In a way, I didn't want to have to share it in certain zip codes in the world. And now it's like, all right, I'm still looking at life through this writing matrix of any timeline. Any timeline is from the outside. My mom looks like an idiot, and then to me, like, I still treat her like a mastermind. I still treat her like somebody who prayed big prayers for her son, even though her son is too selfish to show up. Even the act of going to the house and playing guitar after I got good wasn't a thought that it was a thought that crossed my mind, but it wasn't actionable for someone who got stuck in the I'm working so hard for a paycheck that I don't even enjoy type of thing. So I created shackles around myself by not having a clear enough intended goal, and then higher education changed at a certain point. I originally moved in with my grandmother to pursue higher education, and then the requirements for higher education changed, when they changed, they started ramping up COVID and everything, and they only changed for the minorities anyway. They didn't change because they were going to give me the education that I wanted. So never, stuff kept changing. The goalposts in the world outside of my family kept moving at a rate where I couldn't keep up with it. And I was like, well, but my brain can keep up with all of the plot points changing. All of my every time my goal literally becomes impossible, I can actually pinpoint that, and I could plot it on a map. I could be like, all right, let's just work outside the bounds of the goals that I wasn't allowed to reach, because it's still like there's still a relationship I didn't get to have with my mom that is only possible because the relationship I did have with my mom. It's like I liked sitting on the couch all day watching Guiding Light and making jokes as we watched all day. If I could do that for the rest of my life, I would do that. I don't have that opportunity. I coveted the sound of her laughter to the point where I have it memorized. And when I have a bad day, I think about my antics and my escapades and how, like if we're talking debuffs, we're talking this thing that I did would have my mom laughing to the point of being a useless bitch. Like, like the dichotomy that my dad and my mom would have if things had worked out would be like my dad's catchphrase on a TV show would just be, "You useless bitch." Like, this boy is behaving in such a way that all you can do is laugh. Like, my entire goal from the moment I got the job at Sephora till now was no matter what, my reasoning and my decision making has been shaped by my mom's inability to confront like responsibility when I was younger. Then she eventually confronts responsibility and is like a stellar mom at certain points. And then just like being robbed the opportunity to be friends with my mom as I got older because I don't have one. And it's like, okay. It's like here's the down low. The best parts of my life are when I'm homeschooled and I'm allowed to be me and I'm allowed to make my mom laugh every day. That's the best parts about my life, is like being in the same building while I'm at school. My mom is there too, so I'm literally allowed to be me if I need to. And if being me is bad, my mom is in the same building, she's allowed to kick my ass. So now that I'm homeschooled, it's like, well, I can't be an asshole anymore. I can't be a complete like miscreant, you know, because when you're with your boys at school, it's like there's never anyone until a teacher, a principal, or a parent tells you that you've gone too far, right? Just keep. And then everyone might be like, oh, your mom's lame, she said the word no, and now all of us have to obey because one of the parents thought we went too far. It's like, so now I'm hanging out with this person every day, getting my work done as fast as possible, or neglecting my work, and she lets me get away with it because she's going to die and she knows it, so she just lets me get away with it, but that means I get more time with her. So we're both kind of okay with the mediocrity that I get through high school with, because it's like I complete high school legitimately, but the best part is I get all that time with my mom that nobody else gets. It's just we're watching Guiding Light. We're watching, what do you got? You've got daytime Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune as well. That's a short season of life, but there was daytime Jeopardy. So we gotta watch our Jeopardy. We gotta watch our Good Afternoon Colorado. You know, every day there's a new recipe. Every day there's a new thing to try out. I gotta. But more than anything, I'm on the couch, and I haven't heard her laugh in a while. I gotta have it. So you just tell jokes until you get it, and then, well, I haven't seen this stage of laughter, I'm going to tell more jokes, and I'm going to tell more jokes, and I'm going to tell more jokes. And at a certain point, it's like, okay, I'm looking at the lens of a soapbox, and I'm like, I'm going to ruin everything for everyone. For that one, maybe. I don't know. No one's really made it clear who I'm chasing. Apparently I was supposed to know more. But then there's the other problem with chronic pain. All of the women should have known a lot more, technically. And they were like, "Whoa, okay, so that's how that's how debilitating that type of pain is." If you're getting this version of me in 2026, let's just say I had a lot of pain on my mind, like 24/7. And if I didn't have pain on my mind, I was laying in bed reading a book, or laying on the couch reading a book on a Friday night, or sitting in a chair and finding like I got skinny enough to cross my leg like an artsy fartsy gay man. But that's the only way to keep lefty in still. Still 28 and a half. Lefty isn't quite as bad as it was. I've got a natural hernia belt, an unnatural installed hernia belt inside my flesh. But yeah, things are better. People thought I wasn't like expressing myself, and I was like, I was expressing myself to the best of my ability, but the stigma kept me from finishing the story how it could have gone. And then, well, it's too late. So now you're through the lines. It's like, let me make some disclaimers here. I very much liked hanging out with my mom. I don't get to do it anymore. So I try to, this is the lens I go through. Open up a book, and if it's about someone's mother, try to paint it on the missing skeleton of a life I never got to have. A life with a mastermind. You have it all at your fingertips. Did your mother explain this to you? No, you don't have to tell me she didn't tell you directly. Did she only indirectly? Yes, commissioner. And there's my computer. The one who have friendly relations with, yes, commissioner. And then at a certain point, I got so bored with reading that everything I was seeing was hitting itself like upon a beat. Only to keep myself from reading the page too fast and giving myself a modicum of consistency. Anyway, this page is about somebody's mother being a bit of a wartime mastermind, maybe. I don't know, I haven't read the book yet. I've just gone to page 90 and 91 just to cause a little bit of a stir. And so you think she'll be able to work better on erythro? She'd be better in heaven. Then I tell a dick joke where like my dick is heaven, and I didn't get to tell an incest joke to my mom before she died. Yes, Commissioner, it will be a stabler base, and she might make the kind of measurements that will convince her that the solar system will survive, even if she finds out otherwise. It will take a long time for her to be sure of that. For that time, at least you'll be rid of her. That time, at least you'll be rid of her. For the time that she's in heaven, I don't have to put up with her shit. But when the kingdom of God is realized on Earth, I might have a problem. I might have to hang out with my mom again. Oh, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I see that you want to be rid of her too. Is that it? Not at all, Commissioner, said Marlene with composure. I would go with her. You'd be rid of me too, which would please you even more than being rid of her. So now I break the lens, because my name's not Marlene. But it's fun for a paragraph to be like, alright, let's look at the lens of my mom's dead, but this person in this book still has a mom. Life's not fair, life's not fair, no, life's not fair, life's not fair, no, life's not fair, life's not fair, no, life's not fair, no, life's not fair, you're just stealing the 12-bar blues, life's not fair. Gravity wants to break me down. Alright. Not at all, Commissioner, said Marlene with composure. I would go with her. So what was it? Life's not fair. Life's not fair, right? So the writing matrix. Yeah, we read until we have something that's about my mom. So I'm looking at it through this lens. I'm doing my own therapy. So if this girl's getting paid to save all of your asses, like, how much do I get paid for doing my own therapy? My goodness. Just an absolute idiot. So life's not fair. Life's not fair. Why is not? So life's not fair. Well, yeah, but this can be applied to the cat situation. Like, I know, but you would do it to a Kanye song. I was, Barbara, uh, when you, what's the song where it's like, F his life up? Oh, alright, so, the Kanye, F my life up. Yeah, but it segues into N-words have daughters. Those two songs literally could bounce into each other and back and forth. Anyway, life's not fair. What was I going to say? Yeah, so if you're doing your sales pitch, for a cat, first off, you need a new friend or a best friend that also, like, they got a cat at a time where you don't have a cat. Because I was going to, you'd be like, use Michaela as an example. I don't think Michaela has pets, though. So you can't, like, you can't appeal to the emotion of, like, oh, my life is over, Michaela has a cat, I don't have a cat. Now, this could be an argument to convince Michaela's family into getting a cat. And then you have an excuse to be like, well, can I hang out with Michaela? She has a cat. I really need a cat in my life. Yeah, and then there's contracts and NDAs I have to be sensitive about. I don't have to be sensitive about. I can be a complete jerk until the NDAs are over, and then there's a completely different product coming down the pike from everyone's studio. So I probably shouldn't do that. There's a going off the edge of the world of competency where they'll be like, all right, now we're tired of you, but right now this is a very lucrative idea. I don't think Michaela has a cat. So, do you have any friends that have cats? Like, yeah, but like non-boys, and yeah, we have to be able to be like, well, they have a cat. Let's see. I'm just using them for their cat. I just want to be there. I want to be in the same room as a cat. Yeah. Then that's the other thing. So the writing matrix is also like, hey Ma, I'm legendary for this situation that might make a lot of money, but I don't think it's a biblical situation. Like, I'm not unmarried by choice, but I made some choices that made somebody quite tardy. It could be that could have a lot of meaning, and quite terrified. Frankly, she's not quite the woman you were, but I mean she's vicious. from a weight ratio standpoint, she might be smarter than she looks. Like, I dislike you enough that I might provoke you to anger and you would end my life, and that's why we can't be together. But I don't want to be in the room with a cat enough to fix my situation. So I must be gay, right? This is still the lens. The lens is, I want to make Kim laugh forever, but she's not gone. However, she got to God sooner than me. I don't know if I'll have time to make her laugh while glorifying God forever, like the chief end of man is clearly supposed to be. Well, even the animals rejoice when someone is worshiping quietly in the corner with their guitar. Yeah, Jobin taught me that. Micah taught me that, technically, but I didn't think about it till Jobin taught me. My cat died hanging like cliffhanger from the chair that I learned to play guitar on in the laundry room. Yeah, but I didn't have a mom to tell that to. That's the worst part. So this lens still exists just like this. Life's not fair. Why is life not fair? So this is a sale pitch for a cat. You have to become friends with someone who owns a cat. Right? School hasn't even started yet. So your first thing is you gotta find someone who has what you don't have. And if they're a good enough person, you gotta find a way to live vicariously through the fact that they have a cat still, and it's not Christmas yet, but maybe the stars will align and we'll find some way to get a cat. Maybe my cat will understand the importance of being present, at least on FaceTime. I wouldn't mind some FaceTime. But are we friends with Apple again? I don't know if we want to do FaceTime if we're not friends with Apple again. Have you gotten over the mentality that you'll never have that many Apple products in your book bag? And now you just expect to, like, every time I reach in there, there's another Apple product because that's how much he loves me. So, this might seem like you don't want to find someone you don't want to hang out with someone just because they have a cat. However, since the experience is so fresh, it's a talking point of what happened over the summer. This happened, this happened, this was awesome, this was awesome, this was awesome, this was awesome, my cat died. And then just like, boom. Like, my cat died, I'm here, I gotta go to school, the government says I have to be here, my cat died. I'm somehow surviving this bullshit life. Does anyone have a cat? Then, if they pass the test of being well enough behaved to allow your mom to be like, alright, you're allowed to take on another friend this year. Let me guess, they have a cat. Can that just be your cat for now? Like, the cat's over there. We got bills. We got finances to argue about. I don't know what to do about getting a cat. Time frame. Your cousin's still being a gay wad, so I don't know how we can afford a cat right now. Okay? But he's our gay wad, okay? That's just how life works. That's our gay wad. Just get over it. I know I'm not supposed to say that. It doesn't matter. Like, that's still like, give me a better title for that moron farting up the place on the couch. And you're not going to find anything better than just some like random gay wad. I'm happy he's here, but that thing could go up in flames in 2 seconds. Like, that guy is avoiding every cat he sees. Even the rocks cry out to his. Right? So this now becomes a two-part quest. It's like, you have to find someone with a cat. But then it's like, Michaela doesn't have a cat. Maybe they'll be easier to persuade that they've just had a transition in their life. Maybe they deserve a cat. Gosh darn it. Huh. Why didn't I think of that? Right, so life's not fair. Why is life not fair? I can't share this joke with my mom. Or, more importantly, Micah. Never got to the point where I could tell Mom about Micah, like, practically dying where I learned to play guitar. Then I got Jobin while they're out of town, just being like, you haven't played this thing in a while, and he just goes right back upstairs. I'm just like, the frick did that cat just tell me? You just ordered me to play guitar? You get back down here. Oh, goodness. No one will believe any of this. So this is a chair. This is the chair. So we had this. So when I'm like cleaning up the house, we're running out of time for the day. But anyway, I'm cleaning up the house when grandma's had her second stroke, and I'm realizing that I have to throw away things that are so old. Like, when I'm doing my traffic cone thing, I'm already trying to insinuate, like, we have VHSs in here, bro. We got Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act 1, Sister Act 2, double VHS of Titanic. Like, we got things I'm getting rid of that I'm like, the kids do not understand. But we got, like, this hand-me-down dining room set in the pink house that lasted long enough to get to the house I grew up in, and there were these aluminum chairs, plastic. They're etched like they're leather, but they're like just durable plastic cushions and whatnot. And Grandma's got duct tape on hers. Hers has just been around for forever, and this is where she puts her laundry. This is where she puts her bras when she's about to have laundry day. This is where we sit down when there's not enough room in the bedroom for everyone to hang out and catch up after a long week at school. But we have this one chair that survived. Me and my sister would lean back in the chair and we would break the chairs. But they were good stools after the chairs were broken. So there's one last chair in the house, in the laundry room, and I learned to play guitar on it, and I pray and worship to God and stuff. Yeah, but like, I'm having to close up shop on Mexico, and there's one last chair there, and it's the same style chair that Micah died on. And like, the last time I saw Micah was just like, he's just hanging from this one place where it's the only place I have peace. I just play guitar, and I hope that some of the sounds of me getting better travel through the vents, because my mom wanted me to wear headphones. And so the main goal with the piano is get good enough that you can play without headphones. And that's like 2-3 months of hard work. 2-3 months is nothing compared to like how long a cat lives. Anyway, so yeah, I had to throw away this chair, and I was like, this is like, just now that the cat's dead, I'm reminded of when Micah died on the chair that I learned to play guitar on, and it's like, yeah,